Hi there, I am Monica Burns, and welcome to the new Easy EdTech podcast episode. As a former New York City public school teacher and current EdTech consultant, I started this podcast in 2019 to share my favorite classroom tech integration tips and stories from my experiences. Each episode offers practical ideas for you to try, share, or save for later. Be sure to check out classtechtips.com/podcast for today's show notes and resources. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or another favorite podcast app, you'll find the show notes link in the description too. This episode is sponsored by my free weekly planner pages. I've created a downloadable set of planner pages for you that you can start using today. It's a great way to stay organized in the new year or anytime you like. Print them out to write in your daily schedule and tasks, or use the file on your tablet or computer to keep track of your to-do list and set your priorities each day. These planner pages are totally free, and you can find them at classtechtips.com/planner. This week's episode is titled What I've Learned Creating 2 Memberships for Educators. And this is a little bit different than my typical podcast episodes where I have specific EdTech tips and strategies, although I'm confident you could take some of these tips into your own coursework and planning, regardless of the group of students or educators you work with. Today, I thought it would be fun to do a behind-the-scenes look at 2 parts of my world, the 2 memberships that I've run, one for a long time, one for not so long of a time, and some of the things that I've learned that I do think you can take into your own practice if you are creating content for a group of students or fellow educators, and might just be interesting if you want a behind-the-scenes look in this short solo episode. Today, I will share a few insights from running 2 membership sites for educators, the Easy EdTech Club and the AI for Education membership. I started the Easy EdTech Club in the summer of 2019. We are just shy of 4 years. It has had hundreds of members participate in monthly master classes, getting access to step-by-step guides and resources. Earlier this year, launched in May, I started the AI for Education membership. This one already has almost 100 members and might be just at that mark by the time you listen to this. I'm recording it a little bit before it goes live. So I thought, as I mentioned, that it would be fun to talk about a dozen or so lessons that I've learned from creating these 2 memberships and making resources in this format for educators. One key lesson I've learned is to maintain a clear focus for each membership site. For instance, AI for Education membership provides curated news updates on noteworthy developments in education technology, specifically artificial intelligence. That's the main focus of that, giving updates each month of what's new in the world. But the Easy EdTech Club is a little different. Its main focus revolves around one big idea per month, like best practices for presentations or how to build a website with your students or other EdTech related subjects. So one big lesson I've learned is that maintaining a focus, making sure it's clearly communicated, is essential. Another important aspect is having a structure that makes it easy to add new content while setting expectations for members regarding what they're going to receive each month. This structured approach has really helped me make sure that everything operates smoothly in both of my memberships, since each of them have a unique focus and cater to different interests within the education space. That structure has been great for not just me making sure I have everything set up, but for everyone who participates to know what's going to happen each month. Through my experience running 2 memberships for educators, I've discovered the importance of something that I did a lot as a classroom teacher, which is using templates. This is a time-saving strategy for me, but it also establishes a clear structure and sets up everyone for success by making it easy to know what to expect each month. I primarily use Canva for this purpose. There's a great bunch of resources that you could use, but this is the one that I use for the templates, for the step-by-step guides, for the planning page, for my just three things that I create for the AI for Education membership, for example. And so that's been a great tool to use for templates that I duplicate and revisit and update each month. Google Slides is another one I use for specific materials like the Potty PD posters in my Easy EdTech Club. Instead of Canva, which are PDFs for everyone, what I create in there at least, the Google Slides option gives you an editable thing. So I use a template that I've created in Google Slides, and then I kind of give it to you, right, or to members as a template as part of the Easy EdTech Club. Another crucial aspect is maintaining a schedule that ensures everything is prepared before the end of the month. I start presentations, my preparation work early for my presentations, like my master classes. I collect updates over the course of the month for my AI for Education membership. And then I work on the resources over the course of the month. That way, all content is ready for members on the first day of each new month. And everything is there. There's no hiccups. And I don't think, not in 4 years for the Easy EdTech Club, I have not missed a first day of the month for making sure that content is live. And so far, so good in the first few months of the AI for Education group. It's really important to me to show up consistently. And if you followed along for the past, 10 years or so, I have made sure that I have content every week for the blog and of course now the podcast too. So planning and preparations is the only way to make that happen. Another thing that I've learned from creating these 2 memberships for educators is that I need to really use tools that save time. That's been an important part, plays an important role in managing these memberships. So for instance, I use Temi, a transcription tool that greatly reduces time spent creating transcripts and captions for videos. There's a couple out there. I've used a few others. I like Temi. It's been in my workflow for at least the past year or so. And after I record my masterclass video for the Easy EdTech Club, or after I do my video update for the AI for Education membership, then I put the recording through this tool. It gives me captions, it gives me a transcript, and I love that it saves me so much time in making that happen. Another thing that I've learned is that it's essential to accommodate different learning preferences within your membership content, or really honoring the way that different people like to learn. So in both of my memberships, I include videos with captions, like I mentioned, as well as transcripts so members can read or watch according to their preference. So offering an audio download version, which is something I do for the content in both memberships, allows users to listen like they would with a podcast. So it's really important for me to make sure everyone has what they need in order to learn successfully. Some people might never listen to the audio version, but others might like to have it as something they can use to catch up with or when they're on the go. In my experience hosting these 2 memberships for educators, I've learned the importance of incorporating surprises. For instance, in my Easy EdTech Club, which I've been running for, as I mentioned, just about 4 years now, I often conduct surprise giveaways in addition to the regular monthly giveaways that I do for all club members. These extra giveaways bring a level of excitement and make sure that things don't feel too static or dull, and add that extra level of joy and surprise. At least that's my goal in doing it. Another crucial aspect is being receptive to member feedback. I love hearing from members in both the groups. And in the Easy EdTech Club, I do a pre-recorded video Q&A session every month. Members can submit questions, and then I record the answers and post them at the end of the month. So not only is that nice for people who have questions, but it helps gauge which topics someone is curious about or wants to learn more about, and helps inform what I spotlight in the Easy EdTech Club. Next up on this list of what I've learned creating 2 memberships for educators is that it's essential to make sure that content feels relevant for everyone, for each member with different roles within education. So in our AI for Education membership, there we go, that program focuses on big themes in education, what's new, really streamlining what's happening in the world of AI to make that education connection. I really work hard to make sure that when I'm sharing news or update, that I make connections that are applicable across a variety of positions or roles in a school. So similarly, in the Easy EdTech Club, which is aimed at K-12 educators, which you know is a pretty wide net, and might work within different subject and grade levels, I want to make sure, and I do this through creating some supplemental resources each month, that things are meaningful and engaging so everyone feels heard and valued. Another key lesson I've learned from hosting these 2 memberships is the significance of valuing people's time. It's essential to create concise and digestible content that members can easily consume with their time, with whatever time they have available, which sometimes isn't very much. So just like the podcast, I try to keep things concise and to the point. And for example, in the AI for Education membership, I provide a monthly video update. It lasts 15 to 20 minutes and includes a download with just 3 things to try so that I make sure that no one feels overwhelmed or that they're running out of time. And that way they know they can take action based on what they've learned. Similarly, in the Easy EdTech Club, I really want all the content to be easily consumed within one planning period or even during a commute. So that doesn't mean that you might not take some more time to do some planning or modifications or design a lesson plan, but the masterclass sessions are typically around 30 minutes long, and they have that audio or kind of like a podcast version available. And for both the videos and both the video update in the AI for Education membership and the video masterclass in my Easy EdTech Club, you can speed it up if it's desired. So ultimately, really being mindful and respectful of everyone's time has been crucial for me when creating valuable content for my memberships. And there are people who are actually in both, who are in the AI for Education membership, who are in the Easy EdTech Club. So I always keep those folks in mind too, who want to learn lots of things. I want to make sure I'm using their time wisely. So that's it. There you have it. Those are the things that I've learned creating 2 memberships for educators. There might be something else I will add in as the summer progresses, especially welcoming so many new members into both groups. But I want to finish up this episode, this behind the scenes, a little bit different episode, like I do with all of them, which is to give you some key points from the conversation. Maintain a clear focus for each membership site. My AI for Education provides curated news updates. The Easy EdTech Club focuses on one big idea per month. Establish a structure to easily add new content. Use templates to save time and set expectations. Start preparing early each month to ensure content is ready. Use time-saving tools like Temi for transcriptions and captions. Accommodate different learning preferences, including videos with captions, transcripts, and even an audio download option. Incorporate surprises and giveaways to keep the memberships exciting. Be receptive to member feedback and make content relevant for different roles with education. And of course, value people's time by creating concise and digestible materials. Remember, you can find the show notes and the full list of resources from this episode at classtechtips.com/podcast. And if you want to join either membership, I'll add the link to the AI for Education membership in the show notes. You can join that one today or tomorrow if you want to. And the link to the wait list for the Easy EdTech Club, which is going to open up to new members in July of this year, this summer. But of course, you can put your name on the wait list now and be the first to know. Today's episode was sponsored by my free weekly planner pages. I've created a downloadable set of planner pages for you that you can start using today. Use these free planner pages to stay organized any time of year. There's no official start date. You can use them right away. Print them out to write in your daily schedule and tasks, or use the file on your tablet or computer to keep track of your to-do list and set priorities each day. These planner pages are totally free, and you can find them at classtechtips.com/planner. Thanks for joining us for another Tuesday edition of the Easy EdTech podcast. Remember to hit follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite app to have next week's episode ready for you on Tuesday morning. Feel free to share takeaways from this episode with friends or colleagues in a quick email or text, or even on social media. And don't hesitate to tag me at Class Tech Tips if you have any questions.